Some of y'all are fooled by the images that you see in the books and on social media. There's a reason why certain things happen. Like NASA, they part of a gang. You think the images that you see out there, you think they are real? Then you got these Muppets and Gremlins arguing back and forth over certain things that they have no knowledge about. They was programmed and taught that. Just like history and other things. But it's up to you to decide what direction you want to go. Trips Awakening. Y'all will feel my ancient signals, one within the universe and universes inside of me. I was tagged into a video, and a certain individual asked me what was my thoughts. I get that asked a lot. I really do. And I was tagged into this video. Of course, it was the Conscious Muppets. You know, I don't want to be tagged into videos like that, because I feel like that don't have nothing to do with me. They're not on the same frequency I'm on. They're nothing but crumb snatchers. They want to be like these society groups. They're wannabes. They don't even know who they are. You know, and you shouldn't waste your energy even watching these Muppets. That's just how I feel. Because there's nothing positive about these Muppets. Just to put that out there. Now, these two Gremlins, they was going back and forth over flat Earth. And to me, I'm like, who cares about the flat Earth mess? Like, really? Like, you know, I heard about this back in the 80s and 90s, and I'm like, they still going on about this flat Earth theory, this mess that's going on. You know, these two Gremlins was arguing back and forth, debating. This debating mess and this conscious new religion mess. You know, it's comedy. You know, they arguing back and forth. And let me tell y'all something, and I said this before, all of them work together. These little crumb snatchers, these wannabes, they work together. And some of y'all give your energy and support these Gremlins. And, you know, when I was in this illusion skull, some of y'all call it school, you know, I used to sit back and think, you know, when it came to the world, the globe, and the planets that were shaped around, I used to say to myself, I was like, is that really possible? That the planets are shaped into a circle? And then, you know, they was, of course, teaching us and programming us. Well, programming, not really teaching nothing, but programming us to, you know, write in cursive, which, you know, that spells, and the alphabets and letters and all of that stuff. And in art class, we used to draw triangles, circles, and squares. And I used to be like, it's got to be more to the, you know, more to it than squares and triangles and all of that. I used to sit back and, you know, I didn't care for the history or none of that stuff. I couldn't stand skull, this illusion skull. I couldn't stand it, you know. It was just, to me, it was just like, you know, a bunch of mess. Just to put that out there. But, you know, I used to say, I used to think, I was like, I felt like we were already in space, and we are already in. This is space. And like the maps and stuff, I used to question stuff. I used to be like, Are this even the real maps? There's got to be more than 50 states, and so I call it planets, and I call them planets. They talked about Pluto, Mars, and all of that mess. But how do you know if that's actually really the name Pluto, Mars, and Jupiter, and all of these names and titles? When it comes to the map, I was like, I think that's what they want us to know. I used to think about a lot of stuff, and as I got wiser, that's when a lot of things start to come together. When it comes to the flat earth and stuff, I mean, just my opinion, I don't think the mess exists. I just think it's something like a distraction, just like this religion. Just like when some of y'all out here claim that you Pentecostal, or you're Baptist, or you're a Mormon, or Jehovah Witness, or Muslim. How you calling yourself names and titles. And to me it's comedy, but I just had to share that and put that out there with y'all. But when it comes to these gremlins, like, they was going back and forth, and of course they work together, but they want y'all to think that they so-called, the word beef that y'all like to use, beefing with each other, and they work together. I can see through that. And then, they talk all of this recycled mess. Then they bash these celebrities. But they turning around doing the same thing that these celebrities are doing, if you really look at it. But they're crumb snatchers. They're low budget. Just like the celebrities. They basically on what they're on, but the celebrities get treated better. They get what they want when it comes to certain things. And these crumb snatchers, they're wannabes. Because they're stealing y'all's energy and using recycled information from the system that they was taught. The programming mess. And, they talk about certain things and stuff, like I said, I didn't got tagged into a lot of these fake Muppets videos and stuff like that. And some of them I fast forward, and some of them I look at it a couple of seconds, I was like, God, I can't watch this mess. They talk about rappers, how they put spells and this and that, but they turning around and using the same lyrics, the N-word and be this and that. And, they arguing about who got the most money, how many subscribers, and, and I'm like, this, sitting back, like, this is not your money. That's not your money. And then, bragging about a telescope and, arguing, just going back and forth. And some of you program earthlings out there, y'all was agreeing with these Muppets, and they wannabes. This so-called conscious, this red, black, and green, and all of these so-called elders, and wannabe scientists and all of that stuff. That's nothing but programming stuff. And they doing this and taking advantage of y'all. You don't see like the Mormons getting into it with the Jehovah Witnesses. It's always these conscious Muppets and these religious freaks out there. Of course they got names and titles, but I was just putting that out there. They're in a gang. My fault, my apologies. They're in a gang. They go back and forth with each other in their program, and that's entertainment. If the Zionist Jews or the Shriners, like, for example, say if they went at it with each other, that keep that kind of quiet. But, you know, you have these conscious Muppets, these crumb snatchers. They out here making a lot of noise out here. A lot of noise. And messing y'all's energy up. You know, arguing over something that's not theirs. And I feel like this. When it comes to you or your loved ones, you should share your frequency with them. And share, you know, the loved ones that was here in this illusion, but they traveled and went on somewhere else. You should share their experience. You know, with my loved one, I share my experience, and, you know, like my grandmother's experience, what she went through, or, you know, certain others that I was close to. I share, you know, the future and the past. I don't share none of this mess out there. You know, I you know, let them know what's really going on. I was like, you know, we are in this cube, this illusion. But I'm sharing with you what I know. You know, you can think of your own. You know, I'm like, you know, I want the best for my loved ones. You know, so I share my frequency. Not this programming mess. I was like, yes, you're going to see a lot of programming mess, but you don't have to go by the mess. You don't have to go with that negative energy. Hang around someone balanced. And I like to connect with people that's balanced. You know, just to put that out there. I stay balanced. I stay away from negative energy. And there are plenty of gangs out here. Religion and celebrity gangs, the internet gangs. I can name so many. You know, it's not just the Bloods and Crips out here. And I don't respect none of these gangs out here. You know, I really don't. Because, like, the gangs, you know, and these fraternities and sororities, you know, the gangs out here in the community, and, you know, the drug dealers, you know, they was programmed to do a lot of things. I don't respect them. And some of y'all look up to them and respect them. They help destroy many physical bodies. Got certain energy and spirits trapped. Got their generation all confused and messed up. I don't respect these gangbangers. They're crumb snatchers. The Freemasons and all of them, and like the Shriners or Zionist Jews and them, they set up certain things. But y'all went for the trap. Y'all was the Muppets. You Gremlins out here was destroying a lot of things. You know, fake Black Panther groups, and like I said, there are so many groups. You know, the KKK, and the list goes on. But who makes the most noise when it comes to these gangs? Who makes the most noise out here? Who's destroying things? The churches and the communities, especially our shades, and the gangbangers and wannabe local rappers and stuff. Putting these spells out here. And these conscious Muppets, they making all of the noise out here. You know, so y'all want to quick to point the fingers at the other shades. And that's the reason why I said there's two different bloodlines. Just because they are a shade, they're not connected with us because they on something totally different. These society groups put out their certain bloodlines to control your bloodlines on so many different levels, but y'all don't see that. And you got these young star seeds out here, you know, getting their energy taken away. You know, they ain't nothing but pretenders. They create their images and the looks. They created their looks, their style. Nothing is original. You only have a few out there that's original. A few. And I'm one of them. I have my own style. And I share my frequency. But out here, they making the most noise. Out here, these conscious Muppets. They're making the most noise. These gangbangers out here, these, you know, that's part of the gang. Because like I said, there's many politician gangs. Especially the internet gang. You know, but that, like I said, I feel like they make the most noise. You really don't hear, you know, these other little gangs making that much noise. They set it up, and then y'all go for it. They don't even have to get their fingers dirty because y'all out here destroying each other. And that's all shades all around the world. They have their gangs over there too. So, you know, gangs are everywhere. The cops, they're gangs. Anything with a name and a title, to me, that's nothing but gangs. But y'all don't see that. Y'all worried about who makes the most money because you're programmed with that. None of these celebrities, like, you know, they don't use the illusion money. The society groups, like the Masons, Freemasons and them, they own lands and all of that stuff in this illusion. Yeah, and then, you know, these gremlins was arguing over and bragging, saying, hey, I used to be a drug dealer. That's nothing to brag about. You know, I could take it back to the streets and blah, blah, blah. That negative energy didn't go nowhere. You just jumped on the board because everybody want to be activists and be conscious and spit them negative spells to take people's energy. That's nothing to brag about. Saying, oh, I'll take it back to the streets. You ain't going to do nothing because you don't own the streets. That's not even your name. And like I said, y'all go by names and titles. Y'all not aware. Y'all just low-budget pretenders. Wannabes. And that's what's destroying you. You know, I just had to put that out there. I had to put that out there. Because I see a lot of mess that's going on. And like I said, I don't respect none of these gangs. Some asked me to do a collabo. You know, hit me up in the DMs. Hey, we should. No. That won't happen. No. I don't respect none of y'all. That's out here making all of this noise out here. Spreading these spells and stuff that you was programmed and taught. Like I said, I have my own style. I'm traveling, visiting, connecting with others, connecting with my loved ones. There's no, like I said, there's no such thing as death. When I leave out of this illusion, I will always stay connected with my loved ones. And some of y'all out there. I'm more than this device. This device and stuff is nothing. I respect my loved ones' nature. I don't respect this negative stuff. So y'all Muppets out there, you crumb snatchers, you know, desperate for likes, desperate for attention on social media. Y'all ain't seen nothing yet. The things that you were programmed and certain spells that you throwing out there, you don't get what's coming to you on a spiritual level. What? Did somebody say something?